how to orchestrate a better life, right? A higher result for your life as well. For those joining the video, you can already see the PowerPoints, the slide that I have showing online. You can see it. For those who have been joining before, you would also notice I've made extra adjustments. I've made additional inputs on this slide. Okay. So for those who are listening to the audio, I'll try as much as possible to be descriptive as well, so you can follow the conversation. For those who are audio, you can also raise your hand. You can use the chat space. You can let us know if there's anything I'm saying that resonates with you, on and on. So you already know. I know most of the people here, you know how to work the system. So those who are also joining, please do like, subscribe, share. Tell your friends to pull up. This is the place to be in the universe. As usual, I have my notes and I have the topics and the things I want to cover today. You do not want to miss this at all. So thank you to those who are joining. Feel free to engage, drop your comments, drop your questions, drop your reactions. I usually love the live engagement. So this is the power of live streaming as well. So let's get started, okay? This idea of consumers versus producers, for those who are Christians, in the Bible, Genesis 1, God says, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, on and on. Is that there's a certain blessing, there's a certain expectation, and it's actually progressive. Okay. So usually I start at a place where we can all agree, and then I move us into higher consciousness. So welcome. I'm just getting started. I'm warming things up, but I want us to be on the same page. So when it comes to life experiences, results, they are progressive. A child is born, 0-year-old, doesn't know how to crawl, doesn't know how to feed itself. But we are conditioned as humans to grow, expand capacity, to be more. You are designed to be more. You're not a static being. You're not a tree. You're not an object that just stays the same forever. We are designed to manifest at higher levels, incremental higher levels, right? So if you are one of those people that inside you, you have more inside you, and there's something inside you that is trying to express itself, like you carry so much greatness, and where you are is not ultimately all that you are. This is for you. Okay, when you have something inside you trying to express itself, telling you there's so much more inside you, there's so much more expressiveness, there's so much more capacity, there's so much more you can deliver, there's so much more you can get out of life, that voice is telling you the truth. So pull up. This is for you. That voice inside you is natural. It was there because you weren't designed to just bear fruit. You were designed to multiply. You were designed to replenish the earth. You were designed to subdue it. You were designed for dominion. You were designed for higher levels of accomplishment, higher levels. It doesn't stop until you stop. Okay? So I'm just trying to say, listen to that voice. That voice is telling you and calling you. Destiny always calls you to higher ground. No matter what you've achieved today, trust me, it's nothing compared to what you've not achieved. It's like a seed, a seed. Jesus said a seed, except a seed falls to the ground, right, and then dies, it doesn't replenish itself, it doesn't bear fruit. Is that the fruit that is inside you, there's so much more packed inside you, okay, that if it does, it wants to come out. It was designed to express, it was designed to manifest. You were designed to showcase God's glory. But what I also want to call out is that the world today is organized around consumerism versus productivity. And so if you've been groomed and raised and all you know is me, what I want, what I need, and you are pursuing life from a place of deficit, from a place of lack, from a place of I need, like consumption, right? If you look at Maslow's hierarchy of need, the basic need is everybody starts out, it's like a child. Give me, feed me, feed me, feed me. We are hungry. We're all, right? All humans want food, clothing, shelter. That is the starting place. The starting place also is a baby that depends. The starting place also is dependency. Okay, you come into this world fully dependent. Somebody has to change your diaper, somebody has to take care of you, somebody has to carry you around until you learn how to walk. But growth is to be pursued. Growth is to be pursued. So if all people are being told to do is consume more content, consume this, listen, there's so much you can consume in the world. Everybody's hungry for food, for clothing, shelter. You can keep on acquiring and consuming. Every humans have needs. Every humans have basic needs. But the key is, if that is all you're pursuing with your life, that is a cheaper life. It's not the highest realm in humanity, right? In your power. It's not the highest thing you were created for. You weren't created to consume alone. You were actually designed for productivity. Your entire being is wired to create and produce. Trust me. The energy, life force, the being that you are. And we'll go into it deeper. But again, I'm laying the foundation. I want us to agree. Okay, I always like to start. Let's agree first before I start taking you to deeper higher realms. Let's all be on the same page. Do you agree with me? We all consume. We all have needs: clothing, shelter, food. Right? Consumerism is a natural quest. Okay, is that you consume energy. Okay, I've started using phrases that people will be like, consume energy. Okay, let me start breaking it down. I don't want to lose anybody on this journey. So I will explain. So that's why I also want you to use the chat space. If there's anything I say that you want me to repeat or dive deeper into or explain myself or go deeper, please don't be shy. Drop it. I'm not one of those people that say things I cannot explain. I will explain, I'll break it down. There are many things out there, they'll just say, repeat after me. Say yes, yes. That is not, it's not enlightenment. Anybody that wants to enlighten you must be able to, right, give account and explain everything they're sharing. Okay, so I'm going to explain. So when I say energy, that you consume energy, is the idea that, let's go back to food. Why do we eat food? Let's go back to biology. Photosynthesis, the plants also consume energy from the sun. They synthesize it, right? We heat food, and part of the digestive process is to extract energy and power your cells. Your cells, the mitochondria, right? It's powered by energy. Okay, your cells consume energy. Does that help? So when I use the phrase energy, we're going to cover physics, there's psychology here, there's spiritual psychology. Listen, there's biology, there's science baked in to back everything I share. So that's why ask questions. This is the place you can ask intellectual questions. I'll break it down. I'm not here to sensationalize anything. I'm here to educate and enlighten. So greetings to those who are joining again. We have the audio app, we have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn, and I have the slide that I'm speaking about on the video. So let me keep diving deeper. So you are designed and wired to produce. You consume energy, you transform energy, you actually also emit, you transfer energy. You transform and you transfer energy. Everything that you do in your physical being, when you walk around, anything you're doing, right, you're using up energy. Whether you're cooking, you're thinking, like you are a being that is powered. Okay, you are powered with energy. You need it. You don't eat enough food. you after a few days you will see the difference. Okay, and our being also transformed. When I talk about emotions, emotion, energy in motion, that's the definition. This is the type of education that was taken out of the school system, and we need to educate ourselves back. Okay, human design, how you were wired. When we say emotions, listen, the physiological response when chemical energy is produced inside you and it's flowing through your central nervous system. Listen, and there are different chemicals that your body produces. Some of it has been labeled, right? Cortisol, they'll say stress hormone, right? If you jog, dopamine, excitement, there are some hormones, there are some chemicals that will give you energy, that will pump your body up, give you more energy. There are some emotions that will get you sad. The worst case gets people depressed. Listen, we know this stuff. I pray that you understand it. Why am I sharing this? Because as producers, the first thing you are going to need to be producing is your own emotions. Okay? How you feel in your own system, how you feel about life, your feelings, your vibrations, your emotions is your first productive capacity. This is the first conversion of your own energy into a physical reality. The first thing you're going to be manifesting and producing is your own frame, your own body, right? Your own well being. When people say self care is determined by what you do to take care of yourself. Okay? So let's keep going deeper. So when I say consumer versus producers, okay, why then are we all trained to consume, but we are not trained to produce? Why are we trained? All the advertisements you're going to see on your TV, as you scroll, most of it will say, buy this, buy now, buy this, buy now, buy this, buy now. Nothing wrong with that, because like I shared, we all have needs: car, home, listen, we are spending time, energy, and resources acquiring things. Okay, but what is now the gap is that the day you want to become a producer, right? I'm the author of Mindset of an Entrepreneur, right? Founder and CEO, Nazaru. Listen, when it comes to entrepreneurship, Quantum Leap Academy, my own focus is to empower entrepreneurs, the productive, right, capacity of my students and clients. Okay. And one of the transformations you have to go through is understanding that consumer mentality versus producer mentality, they are not the same. Okay, and it's a spectrum. What side of you will produce? And the reason this is important, let me share why this is important, why I'm laying this foundation before I go deeper. The reason is because by design, those who produce at higher levels get rewarded higher, right? The moment you want greater levels of success, they are moving together. Greater levels of success, prosperity, wealth creation demands you to produce at higher levels. It's a requirement, because you cannot expect somebody that labors and labors and labors and produces realities that impact millions of people, that makes millions of people's life a little better. You cannot believe, right? You cannot imagine that you and that person will make the same money, will have the same results, will be rewarded the same by this life. That's one of the errors we have to correct. Is that if all you're doing is me, myself, and I, life will give you what you need to take care of you, myself, and I. Period. That's it. You are going to pursue life for your own personal needs. The seeds in your hand, you consume it all. You live a good life at best. You have the nice car, nice house, all of those things. And that's fantastic. That's success at a level. However, the day you want exceptionally higher results, you have to transform yourself into a producer. The reason is because it's no longer about you. As long as you're focused on me, myself, and I, what I need, life gives you what you need for what you need. However, producers think about producing what other people need. You see? You have to, this is why we talk about not just generosity, abundant mentality. Okay, this is where you start switching your mindset and your belief system, because those who lack will become beggars, right? The spirit, the energy behind I don't have, other people will pity you and give you what you need. The principle of abundance is that people will come and collect because you are a source. This is when you move yourself into being a source that enriches the life of other people. And that in of itself is attractive. Right? Abundant mentality attracts. It's a magnetism. It has magnetism when it comes to manifestation. I'm bringing so many things together. Remember, I said I'm going to start where we can all agree, but I'm going to take you into higher enlightenment, where I start using some phrases that you may have heard before, but you don't understand. I'm going to connect it deeply, okay, to what I'm sharing today. So I started with consumers, producers. I also introduced the concept of you consume energy in food and other places which I'll talk about. You use up energy, you get tired at the end of the day. Okay, your energy is replenished when you eat more food, when you sleep at night. Your mind knows how to clean your cells, do a lot of magical things when you're sleeping for 8 hours. You're supposed to wake up in the morning, energized, ready to go another round. Okay, and your age, by the way. Okay, I've talked about this before. When you say you are this age, you are that age, it just shows how many times the earth has gone around the sun since you've been here. I won't talk too much about that, but trust me, on this journey, if you hang out with me, we're going to go deeper, 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 deeper. But again, I don't want to lose you. So let me skip just still talking about things that people can understand and comprehend. Okay, so greetings everyone again. I've seen more people have joined. Greetings, strategy lady. I'll invite you up. I always like, as I go a little bit, I want some reactions, some questions, so you can type, you can ask questions. I'll go through it as well. I have my notes, so I'm staying on point. So here's one of the things that I've seen. Okay, for those who are entrepreneurs or want to be entrepreneurs, okay, God gives you ideas, business ideas. And now you want to transform. Remember, I talked about transformation. You want to transform your business ideas into a successful business. You have an idea, a concept, right, in your mind, within you, right? I always say ideas are spiritual gifts. It's your job to manifest it. Now, one of the things I've seen is many people don't know the transformation, okay, the rewiring they have to go through in order to take an idea and manifest it and create a successful business. And they don't know how long it takes. There's no awareness. People just make assumptions that the moment once you have an idea in your hand, you blink, 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 and suddenly you have a successful business. That's not a journey. That's what I created the entire school for. Okay, Toyin Umesiri Academy. For those who have business ideas and you want to learn practical ways and strategies and mindsets, okay, of transforming branding, marketing, sales. But trust me, you think you're building a business, but let me break this to you. The business is actually looking to build you. The person you become is actually where the wealth is. Who you become on that journey to pursuing this journey, okay, is what happens is that the journey changes you into producer. It rewires you, your belief system, your mindset, the fabric, every part of you. That journey is a journey of going from caterpillar to butterfly. It changes you and you can't go back. I always say that entrepreneurship is the highest expression of human creativity and productivity. You will be forced to activate and unlock all sides of you that produces results. You will be under a pressure. You will feel the pressure to produce. It's like the plant that wants to yield a fruit. Anybody that is not producing will not go through the same pressure. I always use this example. If you are a mom carrying a baby, the pressure you will go through, the process you will go through, okay, and on the other side, the reward, the baby you will carry, the result you will get, another woman that has the potentiality to be a mom, that doesn't go through what you've gone through, will not have the capacity, will not be stretched. If you are not carrying a baby, if you are not, he will not eat as much, will not have the stress, the sleepless nights, will not be given the resources to nurture the baby, to care for the baby. So that's one of the things I'm trying to say, that what everybody has the capacity to produce. Genesis 1, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it. That is on every human. But not everybody subjects themselves to the process of their own productivity to manifest their gifts and talents given to them by God, the ideas, dreams, hopes, right? Because that journey, I'm just using an analogy to say it's like a woman who is having a baby, is that not everybody goes through that struggle, inner struggle, that transformation to become a mom, right? Being a woman versus being a mom, it's not, please, it's not the same. It's not the same. Okay. Oh, okay. One thing that I just noticed now, I need a charger. For those who are on the audio, I really apologize. I just moved my phone charger. For those on the audio, we're going to lose them if I don't plug this in. I've been on my phone all day. So I wish I could press pause, but I'm going to say, give me 20, 30 seconds. I want to keep the audio live. So let me go grab the charger. So I apologize. Give me, I said 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, guys. Who are the patient ones here? I think everybody was patient with me. Thank you so much. I got it. Okay, good. Thanks for your patience. Okay, what was I saying? Consumers versus producers. Everybody's wired to be a producer, but not everybody puts themselves through that process. Okay? Okay, good. We're on the same page. So, in a way, this journey of productivity is a choice. Okay? It's a choice. And when you choose it, which is why I teach the way I teach and I do a lot of inner work. When I teach human design in the school, when I go through all of the accelerator programs, Success Accelerator, Entrepreneurship Accelerator, Quantum Leap programs, because when you choose it, only pregnant people understand the power of midwives. When we say coaching, mentorship, training, classes, that sound, only those who are in the process of betting will really understand. If you're not pregnant and you say, oh, you need a midwife, go get a midwife, you'll be like, I'm good. Like, I don't need that kind of support. Okay, I don't need that kind of support. Listen, I'm good. And what I've also found, if you were not raised by wealth builders, you were not raised by an entrepreneur, a business owner, you weren't surrounded, you don't come from a community that you're not immersed in a community of people who are doing this work. Okay, so you're not born by a wealth builder. You're not in a community where people are talking, just having conversations around entrepreneurship, creativity, all of the language and lingo that surrounds this abundant principle of creativity and entrepreneurship. So you weren't born, you weren't exposed, you're not reading books, you're not taking classes, you are on the sidelines. You listen, you're not in the game. There are many people, you go to the whether it's soccer game, American football, whatever game of life. Listen, there are so many people that are spectators, but they are providing commentary. The people who are actually trained on the field, the players that have a number, a jersey, they are the ones in it to win it. Is this live? Yes, it's live. Sayedero, yes, it is live. So if you type, I will respond. If you have a question, I will respond live to you. So yes, this is the benefit of those who are joining this live. The replay will be back. So if you're team replay, do drop comments. I always come back to respond to the questions as well. But for that question, is this live? Yes, it is live. So if you type anything or you have any questions on your mind, I'm here to respond live to you as well. Yeah, okay. She said, yeah, okay, good. Listen, that's the excitement of this. I love, because I could easily record a video by myself and just post it. No. So the benefit of this is I'm sharing, I'm having a conversation, I'm listening, I'm responding, I'm reacting. So this is the excitement behind live engagement. I also have a TV show, by the way, that I go in physically to the studio, we'll record, but that's not live, right? That's not live when I host, right, my TV show. It's not live, but this is the benefit of me being here publicly. Okay. So as I was sharing, being a producer is a decision, it's a commitment. And once you want to be a producer, it comes with a lot of transformation. Let me use it that way. Okay. And one of the things I've seen on that journey as I've supported people is that when you choose entrepreneurship is a journey that you go on, okay, where you want to transform your business idea into a commercial venture. I'm very philosophical, right? I'm an author, I write books, I'm an educator. So when I teach and train people on entrepreneurship, business development, and when I also introduce international trade, where you want to expand your products and services internationally, this is the elite, the highest levels of business development, is when you expand beyond your where you are, right? Cross-border transaction. It introduces more complexities. While you're saying, oh, sales, you talk about international sales, international marketing, it just gets more dynamic. And there's no business on the Fortune 500. You're going to see them that the biggest businesses in the world, the way they grow to those heights of success is you take your business international. So that's also something I train on. Okay. So whether you're a startup or right, or you've been in business 5, 10 years, or you're looking to go international, my programs support you all through that life cycle. So what I've realized when you talk about entrepreneurship, if you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to be an entrepreneur, think of yourself as somebody, okay, that manifests their ideas. You have an idea in your mind, you believe it so much, and now you want to bet it into the world. And as you bet it, it comes out as a baby. Now you're going to feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. It's going to grow, 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 grow. Okay? And all of that process takes time, and it's a process. And that process is what I'm saying the school system has not prepared people for. They've not prepared people for the emotional journey, okay, the feelings, the ups and the ebbs and flow, the ups and down, the readings, because it will demand so much from your mind. It will demand so much energy from you. It will demand so much resources from you. It will demand your time. It will demand so much. Being a producer, listen, puts you to work. Being a consumer, you sit down and do Netflix. Other people will give you what you need for yourself. And you consume, you feel good, you go to bed and sleep. Nobody's going to task you and put you to work. It's a transaction. Consumerism is a transaction. Bring your money, buy your product. That's it. Nobody challenges you to think differently. Nobody's going to, you'll be sweating. Producer sweat. You see, I'm introducing something. I'm going to make it funny a little, but I want you to understand. The reward, this is why the reward of entrepreneurship, when you get it right, this is why the reward is higher. A farmer that sows a seed, okay, will be rewarded. The seed would multiply. Somebody that did not sow a seed cannot come into the marketplace and be expecting the same result a farmer has. And this is what I'm seeing in the world today. God will show you the highest version of yourself. Most people will sit down on their idea. They won't do anything, or they will just become, you can't consume your way to productivity. You have to take action. Okay, let me chill first. Okay, I don't want to be too hard on anybody. So let me pace myself. But I hope you get what I'm saying. My point is you have to choose. If all you want to do is become a consumer, me, give me this, Netflix this, TikTok this, content this, right? Those who sit down and only consume content, it's the same thing. You can't consume your way to success. Trust me, the only way you achieve success is not through consumption, it's through action, through contribution, through what you do, what you manifest, what you give to other people, what you serve with out of you, what comes out of you that enriches the life of other people, that they value it enough to pay you for it. That's the only way you go higher. This is where how you get promoted. Promotion doesn't come until you are ready to take care of other people. Who do you give teams to? Is it just people who are selfish? Me, myself, I don't care. Listen, people who don't care, they stay at the bottom of the ladder, success ladder. So you have to, this is why I talk about belief system. People say, I don't like people. Well, you're staying where you are until you change that narrative. Because you can't take that mentality and then they give you a team of 5 people or 3 people and you start mismanaging people. You can't be a leader if you continue that narrative of I don't like people are this, that language leaves people at the bottom and they don't know because it's self-sabotage. I've seen this too much. That's why I'm teaching and creating awareness. How people sabotage. On one hand, they say they want more success. On one hand, they are praying God promotes me. On one hand, they're saying I want more money. On one hand, all the prayer points is listed, right? You know the prayers you are praying. What is not clear to people is how their own belief system, their own behaviors, their own words, their own thoughts and actions and behaviors and attitude is canceling out their prayers. Doubts, fears, limitation, how people are now the one actually canceling out what they are praying for. It's not God. God will give you everything. But trust me, you have a role to play on that journey. Okay, let's keep going. So entrepreneurship requires us to produce. And many people who say they want to be a business owner, they start that journey with a consumer mentality. They are waiting for other people to come and give them what they want, not realizing you've just changed and you've put on a jersey. You become a team player. You're no longer a spectator. Consumers can spectate and sit down. But trust me, those who are producing everything you're consuming, the food you're eating, the clothes you're wearing, the shoes and bags, all the things where you are spending your money, you are the one, you are rewarding. Producers are always rewarded. And you are part of the reward system. Every time you spend your money on the shoes, the handbags, on the things that you need, realize that somebody on the other side of that material, that product service, they produce that product and service. They invested their time, energy, and resources to give you the technology you're consuming, the phone in your hand. Somebody created it. You don't know what it cost them to build a multi-million-dollar factory, to hire the thousands of workers, to source all the raw materials that produce your phone and your technology and your computer. So when they start billing you, you are rewarding them, right? Plus extra for the work they did. So producers are rewarded, right, for all that they did to create the product and service that is useful to people. And those who find it useful, you must reward those people. That's how this circle, right? That's how it rolls. And so consumers will reward producers. Producers will create what consumers want. My challenge to you today is be conscious and make sure you are having the right conversations with yourself, the honest conversation to say, where are you on that spectrum? Excuse me. Okay, comments are coming in. Miss Sad Yedero says, I've been self-sabotaging. No, okay, let's drop more. Why do you, what have I said? Or what are you thinking or processing from what I've shared and this conversation that is making you feel that way? Can you process that? Type it down. We need to break it down. Let's break it down together, okay? So take time out, breathe, right? Because I want to leave. When people share my spaces, I don't. My goal is not to make people feel, oh no. My goal is to empower you, enlighten, educate you, and give you, right, more clarity that will help you pursue your goals and dreams. And I have several tips I'll be sharing. I'm just still building on and making sure we are all on the same page. And I want people who follow me to be enlightened, right? Ignorance is not going to work. It's not going to work if you want to be a producer. Listen, you can close your eyes and be swiping your money on Amazon. Nobody will send you. You can go right now anywhere. Nobody challenges you to be smart, to be intellectual, to be wise when you are a consumer. Have you noticed? They just want your money. Listen, to spend money, you don't need financial literacy to be a spender. The day you want to be a wealth builder, legacy builder, you want to leave inheritance, that's when you need to be smart. That's when you need to invest in knowledge that will help you produce at higher levels. Have you noticed? Nobody is coming to your zip code to enlighten you. Do you know that? Because it is not to anybody's benefit, whether you are a producer or a consumer. In fact, you being a consumer benefits everybody. You being a producer is what benefits you, right? And your children and your grandchildren. So it is up to you. Nobody begs anybody to be a legacy builder, to be an asset owner, to be a wealth builder. It's up to you. But to be a consumer, look at all the advertisement will be begging you. Please come and spend your money with us. Come, buy this shoe, buy this car, buy this. Because listen, after we've done all the work, who will buy? Consumers. And listen, being a consumer is not wrong, right? I love nice things. Please enjoy your livelihood. My point is, if that is 100% what you are using your reality and your life to do, that is what I'm saying, checking with yourself, right? If all your entire wiring, focus, energy, time, resources is I want this, I want it, right? You're just consuming, you, me. You don't think about anybody, you don't produce anything for anybody, you don't invest in creating anything, you're not producing anything. You are missing out on Genesis 1:28. Be fruitful, right? Multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, right? That verse, if you study it well, being fruitful and multiplying, they are progressive. You can bear one fruit, but God is also saying multiply, create more of the same. Those two statements, they are progressive. The first job is to produce one. Okay? The prototype, right? Your first attempt. When that fruit is delicious and you sell it to one customer, one client, and they're like, whoa, my life has changed. This is so beautiful. Like because as humans, we enjoy the creativity of other people. Everything you're buying is that we are designed to, we love nice things. As humans, you like nice things. When you're picking your shoe, you're very particular. Like, I want my shoe this way. I want my shoe, right? Everything we're picking, everything we wear, everything we use, even whether it's iPhone or Android, all the conversations we are having is that we are pleasured. We are designed to be pleasured by things that are created that are beautiful. It's normal. Okay? But I've studied this, that any nation, any people, that if all they do is consume and they don't produce, the consumers will continue to depend on producers. That's just by nature. I just want people to be aware, just know, right, that the whole point of consumerism leads to dependency, psychological dependency, because it's like you go, your productive capacity is like you put it in the back shelf. You're not using your productive capacity. And this is part of the education system, right? Post-colonial, the colonial era, the education system was designed. Before then, people were producing their own food, producing their own clothes, sewing their own clothes, producing their own food, doing everything to sustain their family in their own units. When we went into like industrial era, the industries, right, that stuff blew up. We needed engineers, worker bee, and the school system was designed to move people away from producing things for their own house and to go into the white collar type education system, not craftsmanship, but learn this accounting, legal, right? All of those professions emerged to support the industries that was growing. But realize those who own the industries are the producers. Those who serve the industry were taken through an education to support that industry. So you now find that the whole world was divided not just by producer consumer, but also the middle class. Okay, the middle class is now what happens. That's the class that stays. You're not just 100% consuming, doing nothing and just eating, right, depending on the government. The middle class supports the producers. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, good. Let me read the questions are coming in, and then I have my notes. I'm going to share tips. You want to stay to the end, because the best things I always leave it to the last, those who stay all the way. Okay, so Saidero says, I used to consider myself antisocial. Okay, let me bring this up. If you don't mind, let's share it, and I'm sure you're going to help other people today. I used to consider myself antisocial. I often said things like, I'm not a leader and I don't like people, while praying for promotion. Oh, okay. She shared more. We're going to break it down. I realized that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and I was unintentionally sabotaging my dreams. Okay. And she said, I've been watching your videos for a few weeks and they've been helping me overcome self-doubt. Okay. Whew. I'm going to take a moment to just thank you for your bravery, for sharing that, for your transparency, for your honesty. And this is the path to freedom. One of the things I say is like, listen, there are many thoughts inside people. You need to delete them. And many times People are playing with those thoughts and they don't know they're playing with fire. And those things are taking people down. But one of the ways of processing your own thoughts and emotions is to be honest and transparent with yourself, to look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. The truth is what sets us free. So part of the process I want you to go through is, number one, you have to decide, what do you want? Do you want to stay where you are? Or like I shared, do you believe that God is calling you to a higher place of productivity? Do you believe that God has invested in you skills and talents, okay, that he wants to shine and show forth? And for him to show forth your glory, let me tell you, part of the scripture is that you are the light of the world. You don't hide the light under the bushel. You are the salt of the earth. This is for Christians, by the way. When God says you are a light, but he's also calling out that don't put your light under. Oh, I'm not this, I'm shy, I'm not that. You are not helping anybody. You're not helping anybody. You're not helping yourself. You're not helping the world God created. And trust me, God's investment in you is like the parable of the talent. You are putting it, you're hiding it out. So what is this for? So the first thing is to, within your own heart, you have to commit to a new journey, right? And part of that journey is surrendering to God. Because some of you are battling, you are fighting God's will for your life. You're using your will to fight God. Stop the fight. The real surrender is, there are certain sides of you that tells you, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, we won't do this. That is in opposition. It's not making you be the divine being that God has created you to be. And in a way, you are denying the power of God in you from flourishing and manifesting. When you give it, the word power of God does not go into negative words. The power of God goes into you knowing who you are and speaking life over your own reality. Okay, so let me quickly share something very advanced that will, you see, this world, the physical world, is governed by thoughts, words, and action. Write that down. The physical world is governed by thoughts, words, and action. This is what transformed this dimension, 3D. There are other dimensions. There's fourth dimension, there's fifth dimension, there are other dimensions. When you go into fourth dimension, this is energetic vibration. Okay? The energy and life. When God says he breathed himself a life into man, you need to start asking God, what did he put inside you? The battery, what powers the flesh, the man that he molded out of the sand? Okay? It's like if you have a toy and it has no battery, it doesn't do anything. God after he had molded and shaped us and designed us in a divine way, he took a breath and put it in us. That dimension of the breath that he put in us, okay? Part of what he has done is giving you the free will to use that life force to produce. Okay, I'm now going deeper. I'm going to go deeper now, okay? When I say produce higher, orchestrate your life to produce higher realities, I'm taking you into fourth dimension reality. This dimension, the 3D world, okay, is governed by words, thoughts, action, because the words that you speak, they produce. Even if you don't believe me, let me just give you one simple example in entrepreneurship. It is with your mouth. Branding, marketing, sales. The fundamental skill for branding, marketing, sales is communication, written and spoken words. Because when it comes to human engagement, human to human relationships, okay, human to human transformation, anytime you want to serve humans, anytime you want to lead people, anytime you want to be in relationship, you must learn how to communicate, how to use your words, your thoughts, and your actions to create, transformation in other humans. Communication is how you use your words, your thoughts, your actions, okay, to transfer a message from your being into other people in a way that they comprehend, they understand, they can process it, and they can reason and process your thoughts in their own wiring, and then choose to willingly to use their will to take specific action in their own favor. Okay. I'm trying to keep today's session very simple, very understandable. Complex stuff, but I want to keep it simple. So, yes, Saidero says, she repeated what I shared. The physical world is governed by your thoughts, by your words, and by your actions. And so, your thoughts, words, and action are already producing the results you are getting today. Full stop. So, consumers, how do consumers think? What do consumers say? What do consumers do? That's a belief system. What do how do producers think? How do they talk? What do they do? Because these three things form the foundation of what you can attract, what you can create, produce, and then what you can attract, the reward. And so if consumers think, oh, this is not nice, oh, consumers think in terms of pleasure me, pleasure me, pleasure me, right? I need to be pleasured, and they use their money to acquire the things that pleasure them. Nothing wrong with that. Trust me. In my consumer space, like this morning, I was doing my nails. My daughter was like, please, mom, I want my nails too. So I did some for her. So we all have our own pleasure. Listen, I like this, I look like this, makeup this, da da da. Listen, we have our pleasure moment where our body, our sensation is like, listen, I want to look good, I want to smell good, this type of car I want, this type of food I want to eat. Like, what do you want for dinner? What do you want for, right? We are designed for pleasure, to be pleasured. But if pleasure is all you're seeking, you're not going to go on a journey of producers, because productivity comes with, do you want to hear the truth? Pain. Except a grain falls to the ground and dies, the life inside it doesn't come out. The seed you are carrying that has tree and fruits inside it, there is a process where that breaks you. I'm using quotes now, here quotes, that breaks you in a way to yield the butterfly. It's like the caterpillar that goes into the cocoon, that wants to be transformed, to now give life to a new, to break. There's something that breaks, that then emerges, that is more beautiful, transformational when people go through entrepreneurship. That those who don't go through it, they can't understand. Right? Like I shared the mom that has a baby. There's something she goes through. Those who haven't gone through it cannot. No matter how she explains it, you cannot understand it, and you cannot hold what she's holding. You understand what I mean? The process of it gives a particular result, it changes you, and it also delivers in your hand a reward for that process. So why am I sharing this? Number one, just for people to be aware. This is not this is not judgment. This is not, no. It's just enlightenment, awareness. Let's open our eyes, understand what we are doing, understand how the world has been wired. And then number two, choose. You don't have to make a decision. You don't have to decide. Okay, what do you want for your reality? Because people who self-sabotage, one dimension, they will say, I want this, I want to be at this, right? But their behavior, words, and action does not support it. Now, beyond that, the fourth dimension also goes into energy, vibration. It's quite, when I talk about quantum leap, physics, listen, it's so deep. I go and watch other sessions. I don't even I'm trying to see if I want to share a little of that, but there's something I want to download today. So I don't want to get sidetracked. Okay. Yeah, so let me stay focused because easily I can go into that conversation and it's just deep. Okay. Good stuff. Any question? Any more questions? Thank you, Saida, for sharing that and being transparent. And if you have more questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to respond. So when I say orchestrate your life for higher results, what's also happening is that many people have not been trained on the productive process, how to produce, how to bet their own ideas, their own hopes, their own dreams, their own aspirations. Because I teach it more in the process. So when the 7 classes, when I encourage you and I say, take the human design classes, it's going to help you manifest at a higher level, right? I'm going to share today one of the slides from lesson 1 in the Human Design Success Accelerator, available at toyinumesiri.academy. The class covers EQ human design, right, for success, how you achieve success, how you move yourself to success. And there's one particular slide that talks about self-leadership, 6 dimensions of self-leadership, how I teach it. I'm going to share the 6 dimensions of self-leadership today. It's one slide in the entire class, over I think an hour class or so. And there are 7 classes, 7 courses in that Success Accelerator Human Design, because ultimately the power to produce, okay, the power to produce is inside you. It is your job to unlock and unleash your own power in the world, for you to become a force and for you to impact life. It's up to you. It's not up to anybody else, because nobody can drag you on that journey. Nobody can wish it for you. It's like going to school. Somebody might wish you to go to school and a degree, but if you didn't wish it for yourself, you will not do the work. You will not invest yourself, invest the time, energy, and resources to discipline yourself to go through 4-5 years to become who you've become. People can wish for you, just like I pray that you will become who God wants you to become. We can do that. But the person you are wishing for, if that person doesn't carry their book, doesn't enroll in class, doesn't dedicate themselves, doesn't learn, it's not a student. Even if the person shows up, doesn't do the work, doesn't get A, doesn't listen to teacher, doesn't show up in class, you can't beg people to be more successful than they want to be. And by the way, God also follows the same principle. He will tell you, I put before you life and death. I pray that you choose this. And I will tell you cost and consequences. It will say, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hears my voice, the best thing you're going to get in life is offers. People offering you a way out. People offering you guidance. People offering you opportunities. That's the best you're going to get. Right? My school is an offer, right? To come and learn how to transform your ideas into business. I say it simply, but listen, you give yourself at least a year invested in my school, because I know that transformation is inside out, right? So all you're going to get today is always going to be an offer to be more of a consumer, or an offer to become a producer. And so you choose. You've already chosen. You're already on a path. This is just choose again, check in again, and make sure you're on the right path. Okay, so let me go into the strategies for orchestrating your life, because people have ideas, but they don't have the self-leadership, the wiring. Because so on one hand, you have consumers and producers. On the other hand, the education system also creates people who depend. So when you now combine dependent mindset with consumer mindset, you realize why people are locked in. They can't lead. They weren't taught how to lead themselves. They were taught to depend on other people. Your teacher will tell you what to do. Your employer will tell you what to do. Parents will tell you what to do. Other people, you're always looking to other people to direct your life. And part of maturity is you wake up one day and realize you are supposed to be leading your future. Because as long as you are leading, you are following other people are directing your life. Instead of helping you to produce your own life, they are using you to produce outcomes that they desire for you. There's an energetic component to what I just shared. I won't go deeper into it, but I just want you to be aware. There are many things I'll just drop for awareness. If you want to go deeper, you join my academy. So what are these 6? You want to grab your pen and paper. 6 dimensions of self-leadership, how to orchestrate your own life, okay? And move yourself step by step by step, okay? To produce the results you want to produce. That's what I want to cover now. Okay, do you have your pen? Do you have a paper? Or paper, no, right? I'm going to list out the 6 and then I'll dive deeper into explaining each at a very high level. It's one PowerPoint slide, 6 boxes, okay, part of lesson 1. I cover many more things in that lesson on the keys to success accelerator, okay, because what I do is to empower you, equip you, educate you, enlighten you, okay, and learn how to build wealth out of your business ideas. Every business is based on a business idea, but the journey you take, what you have to learn, who you have to become, okay, the power within you have to unleash, the dedication, the discipline that is required, that full-on transformation is what people are not investing in. It's not magic, it's transformation. So write this down. Number 1, and this is original to me. You're not going to find this way anywhere else, right? My school is original to me. My models, what you're seeing on screen is original to me. You're not going to find it anywhere else, okay? So type or write. If you're typing, type, but usually if you have a pen, you want to write, okay? Activate. Number 1, activate. Number 2, inspire. Number 3, educate. Number 4, motivate. Number 5, challenge. Number 6, you want is 2 words, but you want to put slash. Transform / encourage. 2 things are happening at the same time in the 6th dimension. Okay? Number 1 again, activate. Number 2, inspire. Number 3, educate. Number 4, motivate. Number 5, challenge. Number 6 is transform / encourage. So I want to go deeper now into each, what I mean. If you want to move yourself, if you want to mobilize yourself as a being, you feel like you have goals, you have dreams, you have aspirations, and you want to not self-sabotage. You want to strategically be advancing, be progressive. Okay, this is about being progressive, getting yourself unstuck. Okay, how you are going to steadily go on the journey of life. Okay, good. So number 1, when I say activate, most people don't activate themselves. Part of it is this consumer, just mindsets and old belief system, old mindsets, old behaviors, old trauma, old wiring. Let me just say wiring. Okay, is that the day you want to go on a journey you've never gone before, you need to become somebody you've never been before. You need to start doing things you've never done before, right? And in order to activate, you need to align your mind, heart, and body in the same direction. So for those who are watching the slide, I'm going to speak to the slide now. For you to be fully activated, your mind, your heart, and your body needs to agree. Because most people are divided. And Bible says a double-minded person cannot receive. So the first assignment is agreement within you. Your tools, your faculty, the heart that holds your energy, your place of desires. Okay, your mind, your place of thinking. Your body, your place of action, behavior. Your vibration, sensations, interpretation, script, stories must be on the same page. You must be agreed, in alignment, agreement. You can say alignment, agreement, activation. Okay? Activation, alignment, agreements, right? Activation. Most people are confused. This is what gives back to confusion, doubts, and fears. Your heart wants something. Your mind is saying, no, you are not this. It's fighting you. Your body is spending time and energy in another direction. You're physically occupying a job. Your heart is like, I don't want to be here. Your mind is like, but we need money. Your body is like, this fight, settle your fight. Because it makes people check out of life. You know, this thing they talk about quiet quitting in the workplace. If people quietly quit, they become kind of like empty. It's like people empty themselves of energy, of progressive energy. The energy to move forward, to power your life forward, the power to prosper, okay, the power to do what God has called you to do. People get drained. They drain themselves on an energy because of the inner fight. They burn energy. You're consuming so much energy because you're confused, you're afraid, you're this. What is going on with you? It takes all, it drains you out. It's like it's choking people's life force. The heart wants this, the mind wants this. This is 247, by the way, how people are living in their own frame. Fighting themselves, arguing with themselves, confused, and all of these things disturbs the body. The body is not happy. Nobody, people are not happy anymore because the energy that they are producing, the energetic vibration, the thoughts, right, is choking out the desires, and then the body is caught in the fight, and the body is in pain because you are producing stressful hormones, stress-induced, right, hormones that is making the body sick, stuck. So the first activation, get it right. Get your mind, heart, and body on the same page. Because getting your heart, mind, and body on the same page is that when you are aligned, your body will wake up. Nobody needs to tell you. Nobody needs to tell you. An activated person will jump up out of the bed every morning because you have clarity, you have purpose, okay? You have direction. Okay? Write that down as I'm listing these things out. When you have clarity, purpose, and direction, you can have goals, you can have vision, you have a mission. Call these things out because I cover this in the class. This thing is not magic. If you don't align your heart, what's going on within you, you are not ready. If you are honest with yourself, you are not ready. This is the whole point of coaching, of support, is that you have to confront what's going on inside you that nobody can see, because that's your first place of manifestation. Because if you are confused, you create more confusion for yourself. You are manifesting confusion. Right? Because that vibration, your own energy is already creating. Okay, it's creating you as you feel. It's creating your emotions. It's creating your vibrations, right? The first manifestation is what I'm talking about. Align it, activate yourself into a positive place that can move you forward. Because many people will be reaching, consuming content, but they are not confronting themselves. They're not telling themselves the truth. They're not sitting with themselves. They are not owning their stuff. I always say, own your stuff. The truth will set you free. The truth of it is, sit with yourself, grab a pen and paper, write, what are you afraid of? Why are you afraid? What's holding you back? Own that stuff, write it down on paper, and then tell yourself, how are you going to remove your fears? How are you going to mitigate your risks? How are you going to overcome the obstacles erected in your mind about what it is you can do and cannot do? And one of the things, the key is, I say, your heart knows your future, your mind knows your past, because your mind has been trained by the journey that brought you here. Your heart is connected to the spiritual realm, and your heart is what receives, right, the picture of your future, right? Your heart is what vibrates, knows. If you, okay, now, because that's the next step. Let me share something with you. Step 2, when I say inspire, in spirit, inspire yourself. 1 is activate, get clear, make the right decision. Let let you know and let everyone know you have taken this direction seriously, because many people are not taking it seriously. They are still doing one leg here, one leg there, and they are hoping that they stumbled into success. Bro, sis, my kids will say, bro, listen, you cannot put one leg in Egypt and one leg going to promised land. You move into your future with your entire being. That's why I say align your entire being so that you are not divided. I want to listen. I'm promising myself I don't want to. I'm going to hold myself, okay? Because sometimes I feel like only people who want to hear the truth will appreciate this transparency. So I'm not going to put myself too much work. You are the one to put yourself to work. Wake up. I've done my own. I'm doing my own stuff. Okay. Number 2 is inspire. Listen, the spiritual side of you, when I talk about the dimensions, third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, at the fifth dimension, the human will, the force that comes out of your spirit, is that sometimes when you are tired, if you're a Christian, excuse me, let me take water. For Christians, okay, if all you're doing is that you only go to church on Sunday, praise, worship, pray, and if that is all you're doing, you're barely scratching the surface of what God asked for you by being his child. You are missing so much more, because your public display, church is a public demonstration, and it's a public engagement that gives you, that's supposed to inspire you more, definitely, right? Gathering of the brethren, where two or more are gathered, there I am in their midst, right? So there's a force, okay, that is released in us, in you, when you gather. But realize that's a public display, okay? The private practice of your faith is where inspiration and a new force. Many people that do not have spiritual practices, you don't hear the word of God, you don't meditate on his word, Monday through, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you only go to church on Sunday, okay, and that's all the investments you make. That's the entirety of your spiritual journey. You are missing the power-packed side of it. Everything you're supposed to be doing privately when nobody's watching. You see, that is where inspiration ought to come from. But most people who have abandoned their private practice, okay, they will be pursuing inspiration publicly, scrolling 4 hours. The 4 hours, trust me, if you took 30 minutes and you actually did private practice spiritually, you will get more fire, more life, more inspiration will be generated from inside your spirit into your being than 4 hours on TikTok. Do you want the truth? I'm telling you the truth now. Many people are seeking inspiration outside of themselves. They are seeking it outside of themselves from other people, other realms. You can get a little, you can get even a lot. That's why you go to church. You want the preacher to preach to your spirit, to wake your spirit up, to get you believing again, to get you, all the blessings. They'll say, "We are blessed." You'll be like, yes. You want all those shouts. God bless you. I receive. You think that is where you go and receive all the blessings that God has for you. You think it is church alone, right? Where you can catch blessings. Hey, I'm blessed. And then you're dancing. It is good. It is not enough for those who want to unleash their full productivity. Your private practice of your own relationship, the relationship of your spirit with your heart, how you go and collect and download everything God has for you and download it and receive it in your heart. That process, that journey, that quietness of receiving God's word. Thy word have I hid in my heart that I may not sin against you. Also, he says, what I have planned for you, it doesn't enter the mind of man, what God has planned for you. How it will enter your mind? How allow it to enter your heart, how you will receive everything that God is saying, I have for you. See, there's nobody in the Bible God didn't commune with physically. When I say physically, it may not be physical, but their mind, it took Abraham as far as your eyes can see. Because there are certain things God wants to do for you that he will do in and through you. And now you're going to prepare your vessel, your being, yourself, your heart to receive, your mind to comprehend, to have faith, to believe and have faith and pursue and take action. It's up to you. Many people don't take their container to go and be collecting what God has for them. So it stays in the spiritual, because inspiration, your spirit, there's a spirit in man. The inspiration of the Lord Almighty gives it understanding. That level of understanding cannot come from the world, cannot come from the flesh. As long as you're externally, it will maybe little will wake you up, because faith comes by hearing the word of God. But the maximum one, the full load, the full power, the full inspiration is inside you. You're carrying it. Seek inspiration from within. Your spirit, the spirit in man, is loaded with power and superior intelligence. But it stays in that spirit until you have some form of private spiritual practice between you and God, the divine being, letting the Holy Spirit be your advocate, your teacher, because that's how he will say, give you my heart, give me your heart. That your heart. Listen, there are many things you are supposed to be using it to receive and hold. Guard your heart, for out of it are the issues of life. It's also where you receive. Parable of the sower. When the word of God is coming, cares of this work. Because that acts now, the reason people cannot do this work, oftentimes, I'll be honest, because this is why the entire 7 courses, okay, Human Design Success Accelerator. If you want to accelerate success, you want to achieve success faster, your heart, you must clean it of baggage. Because if you are using your heart, you are vibrating, I can't do this, I don't want it, I don't want it, somebody did me this, somebody did me that, you're already using your heart to collect trauma, chaos, blah, 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 when you're supposed to have a spiritual practice that you forgive, you remove your energy attachment from things that are giving you pain and trauma, okay? You become generous, you become kind. This is what welcomes in what God has for you. I won't talk too much about it, but let's keep moving now. Sheila says, please don't hold yourself. Please tell them. That's the first message. To activate, you want to align your heart, mind, body. They need to be in agreement. When there is disagreement within you, you will see disagreement outside you as well. And these things I'm saying, if it were easy, I'm not saying it's easy. First, I'm just saying awareness. And if you then want to do the work, we have the resources that you have to discipline yourself to learn new skills and rewire yourself for success. That's the Success Accelerator. I'm just telling you where to look. I'm giving you clues. And I'm trying to help you understand what you're going through is normal and it's so common. It is so common, you'll be amazed. Because not everybody, this is what keeps many people from pursuing what God has for them. So number 1 is activate. Number 2, inspire. We all need inspiration. I can inspire you, right? We can be in spirit, meaning there's a spirit in man. The inspiration of the Lord Almighty gives it understanding. Is that your pastor can inspire you, can have a word that inspires you. I can have a word that inspires you. However, what I've shared is, if you are dependent, if all your inspiration is externally, so God has to use other people to continue to speak to you. It's always, oh, my pastor said, Toyin said this. That is beginner stuff. Now, we all from time to time need external inspiration, particularly when you are disconnected from your own source of inspiration. When you cannot pray, when you are tired, so there is a space where God would have us, people, inspire you, encourage you, on and on and on. However, every single person that wants to manifest God's purpose for their life must make room You have to make room, a private space where nobody is looking. It is up to you, because if you don't do it, whether you do it, don't do it, nobody knows. But when you start getting tired, you start getting frustrated, that's a clue you need inspiration. You need something to come and wash you, encourage you, something to give you a new perspective, an heavenly perspective on your earthly experience. Inspiration will give you it will give you heavenly perspective to your earthly experience. Because as long as you are processing what you're going through your own human flesh, human mind, you're likely to write a story that is far from the truth of what God has for you. Oh, God didn't like me. Oh, nobody helped me. Those stories, if you compare it to what your spirit is going to deliver, you see that they are opposites. So if you don't go and listen to what God is telling you, if you don't tune yourself to the daily airwaves of heaven concerning your life and your destiny, and you're continuing to say, you don't have this, is because you are now living out of the flesh, not out of the spirit anymore. Because the spirit will give you heavenly enlightenment, it will enlighten you, it will give you illumination, enlightenment from heavenly dimension about your own life, your own reality, your own future. And nobody has your future in their hands except you've given them the power. You outsource many people outsource this journey. Oh, pray for me. You are chasing other people to be, listen. Let me leave that one, because that's why you see, I don't want to push anybody too hard. I'll just say what I'm here to say. If you like, listen. If you like, don't listen. That's okay. I'm not going to push too hard. I'll just drop it and leave it alone. Let everybody pick their own. Whichever concerns you, pick it and run with it. Activate, inspire. Number 3, I said educate. Okay? The power of education. There are some things you cannot do if your mind has not acquired the knowledge of how to do it. How to. Information is raw data. Synthesized information, right? Information is just information. Do you know you can do this? Do you know you can do that? Do you know you can do this? You can make money. Yeah, you can start a business. That's just information. You need to start saying, how do I? How to cook, how to build, how to start a business, how to grow a business, how to brand, how to do your marketing, how to do sales. How is the expensive knowledge that illuminates and give direction to your entire force and being. As long as you are not enlightened, as long as you've not acquired the knowledge of how to do whatever it is you want to do, trust me, you can have inspiration, but training your mind so that your body can develop skills requires knowledge, and that's what is expensive. Okay? This is what is not, there's no magic. Anything God wants you to do in the physical realm, trust me that God wants to teach you how to do it. Even the prophet, there's nobody he called. Many are called, few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. Is that military can call you anytime, but to choose you, to enroll you, there's a process. In the Bible, we talk about discipleship. Jesus will call this person called disciples, but then he started teaching them and training them and showing them how the kingdom principles are, how this, how that. And I think this is what is missing in the church today, discipleship. Okay? Because you're supposed to add more to your faith. Faith is the foundation. Activation, faith is the first step. Okay? Faith, there are many things, all right? Becoming saved, you require believe with your heart, confess with your mouth, right? Faith, finished work of Jesus. Okay? I'm sharing with you, this is how we are wired. Now, beyond faith, you need perseverance, you need skills, you need to be trained, you need knowledge. And this is what's missing for Christians. So we have faith, we believe in Jesus. However, the action to manifest higher realms of reality, I don't know. Please, guys, what happened to Christ? Like, what's going on? Christian, like, People are just sitting down waiting for, they say, let's keep praying. Let's keep praying. God will answer. Things are breaking down. Right? Economies, right? People are saying, oh, God will help us. Yeah, God will help us. Yes, God is already helping you. He has equipped you with the power to prosper. All power in heaven and on earth. He's equipped. He's giving you a mind. Okay? He's giving you a body to do work. He's giving you energy. And he's saying, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it. Who is going to subdue? You. Who is going to gain dominion? You. Who is he giving authority? You. Who owns the earth? You. But people are not moving into their positions of power and influence and activation. Why? They are waiting. Waiting for who? I don't know. Please, guys, can you tell me what's going on? No, I'm asking. I'm asking. I'm asking. It's very difficult, like, to move Christians. Oh, to take action. Everybody just wants to sit in the pew and consume the message from the pastor and say, oh, that felt good. That food felt good. Food of the soul. And then they say, when next are we coming again to come and eat this food of the soul? Say next week. Okay, you show up next week. Between now and next week, what action have you taken from the food you've been eating before? No action, no results, no transformation, no change in reality. This is why many people who are Christians, they've been Christians for years and years and years, but we say, where is their fruit? By their fruits we shall know them. What is the fruit? When I say fruit, again, remember I started with consumerism, consumers and producers. So please, it's from that standpoint. What are you producing? Now, if what you are producing is just the sustenance of yourself and your family, that is still consumption. If if every day you wake up is me, myself, and I, my family, that is still consumption. You're taking care of it and nothing. Listen, that is honorable. Honorable. Because that in of itself requires productivity at a certain level to be a producer for your own house. You see, if you're a man and a woman, listen, you're taking care of your own affairs, and you have this is what created the middle class. The middle class, you can go out, earn a living, and care for your own needs. And now the middle class is also split into at least two, maybe three, but let me just say two or three, right? In the middle class, you find upper middle class and lower middle class, right? There's entry-level middle class. You can earn a certain type of living. You can have a certain type of lifestyle. But there's also upper middle class that is closer to the top 10%, top 20%. And the upper middle class, they go into, this is where self-development comes in a lot. Leadership principles. Those who invest, okay, to train themselves to lead other people, to serve other people. Even in the middle class, they attain, higher levels of reward, financial reward. They have more assets, equity, okay, ownership, higher income bracket. So even in the middle class, you can be at the bottom, close to the, lower class, call it whatever. Okay, entry level, you can buy a house, buy a car, take care of yourself and live good. But trust me, when you start getting promoted, you get to an upper middle, there's an upper middle class that to get to the upper middle class, you would have taken leadership training. Big time. You would have trained yourself on communication skills, because the way you move up, even in the middle class, is self-development. And those who don't want to develop themselves, you stay where you are. Nobody forces you. This world, nobody forces you to develop yourself. Nobody forces you to acquire the skills that will help you go to higher levels. So even in the middle class, you realize there are people enjoying, listen, oh, they are being promoted. They are getting, listen, they are being taken care of really, really well. I don't want to tell you some stories, like, trust me, but what you to take people lower at the, you say again, middle class, what it will take people at the lower middle class a year of full-time job. You see, upper middle class, they will blink like this, it will end in their bank account. Shares, assets, equities, these there are different names. They start enjoying different benefit, bonuses, these they start equity. There are different names for the donatings, rewards they start getting for investing in leadership skills, communication skills, self-development. Anybody that doesn't develop, nobody's going to push you up. You see, to go up, nobody pushes you up. You are the one, you climb it. You put in your own effort and energy to climb. Okay, good. So education is that there are certain education that is important, pertinent to where you're going. You can't skip it. Many people want to skip. And if you say YouTube will be your full-time educator, TikTok will educate you, okay? Instagram will educate you. Whoever your teacher is, go and look at them. Wherever they are, that's what it is. If you want, I'm very direct. So how you're going to educate yourself? The quality of education. Now, there's formal education, there's informal education. When you start saying mentorship, coaching, right, guides, advisory team, advise this, right, my school, quantum leap programs, right? Mine is more structured because I come from a family of educators. My husband is a university professor, chemistry professor. My father was part of establishing 2 universities in his lifetime. I grew up in a household, like, immersed in the university sector, education sector, and I'm married to a professor. I'm living it, breathing it. So guess what? I've created my own institution and I'm immersing it. There are schools, programs. This is the richest, most advanced training program for visionary entrepreneurs in the world. I did projects for United Nations, training entrepreneurs from 38 countries. Okay? So when it comes to educating yourself on entrepreneurship principles, business development, self-actualization, self-empowerment, that's what the Quantum Leap program is for. ToyinUmesiri.academy. Because I know for a fact people have to educate themselves, enlighten themselves, teach themselves, okay, should be trained for higher levels of success, whether it's communication skills, leadership skills, self-empowerment skills, time management skills, self-discipline skills, right? I even go deeper than anybody else. When I'm talking about your soul, your heart, your mind, your spirit, How many people will be telling you to be? I go deeper because that is where you eat the heart of God. I want you to be connected to the divine nature. Most other programs will tell you, pray to the universe. God does it. If you're a Christian, warning sign. Because your life, where is your power coming from? If those who tell you to distance yourself from the divine Holy Spirit, which power do they have to offer you? Whew. Okay. I'm trying to tell myself, chill out, leave people alone. But I will share what I can share. Okay, let's see this comment coming in. Okay. Binta left a comment about TikTok. She wants me to go on TikTok. Guys, have I ever told you before my journey with TikTok 2020, when it just came out, it became a thing? I tested it on and on, but trust me, I vowed this is not for me. Maybe somebody else. That stuff is so addictive. I'm not telling you not to do it, but listen. I'm a I am trained. I'm a technologist by profession. First degree mathematics, second degree information system, designing the most sophisticated software solutions for biggest brands in the world, biggest companies in the world. I'm seriously trained in technology. Okay, like backbone technology for the biggest brands in the world. Listen, I'm a technologist by training. So when there are many decisions, one of the decisions is people's mind. When you say mind, people's mind are being rewired, are being designed by this online system. There are several things going on with the algorithm that is rewiring people. Anything that has your mind has your life. And when you find yourself, listen, addiction is not just alcohol, drugs, this. When you find yourself addicted to your cell phone, to a platform, and you're scrolling, laughing, and the day you decide you want to put your phone down and you realize that you can't do it, you will realize that there are particular chemicals deposited in your body that's attached you to platforms by design through algorithm. That's when you realize that you are not in control of your own. You are losing control little by little. And the platform that does it the most is TikTok. That rewires people for addiction the most is TikTok. I've tested, unless they've changed the algorithm from 20 to 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I used those things. When it was a hype, COVID, TikTok, I joined it now. I tried, I would never say things I've not tried. You won't find me say the only thing I will tell you is what I have tried, and I will tell you go and discover your own truth and then make your own decisions. Is that part of what's going on in the world is you need to take your mind, you need to take your life back. You need to detach from things that are programming you consciously and subconsciously to behave a certain way that is not taking you up. Okay, it's keeping you dependent. And part of dependency is addiction, dependent on the dopamine that is produced every time you're laughing. But trust me, go and ask all the time you've invested in those apps, how far have they lifted you out of your realm? How far? Who have you become since you started using those apps? What have they contributed towards your future? How have they made you more successful? Did they give you the promotion? Are they the source? That's when you realize that you need to be detaching yourself from things that don't make you well. So I won't say too much of that. So I appreciate the comment, but trust me, I have my own reasons. I've shared a little bit of that. Anything that controls you, controls your mind, that you always have to be going to them, depending on them, you need to start asking, what's your return on investment? How is this thing? You're giving 4 hours to a platform. After a year, you're supposed to be giving you $1 million back in return. But they are the ones making billions out of your own energy. Listen, so you don't have to agree with me, please, guys. And it's not even about them. You have to just decide who you are, what you want, and then also know what you want to give your mind, body, heart to. Where your treasure is, Bible says, where your treasure is, your heart is. And trust me, if God audits your 247, your time, energy, and resources in the last 48 hours, trust me, where your time went is where you give your energy to. Where your money went in the last 48 hours is already your treasure. These are the things you treasure with your heart. Go and audit. If God audits, if he comes down today and checks your phone and tracks what you did 48 hours, you are praying, but are you giving your time, energy, and resources in the dimensions that leads you to where you say you are going? This is part of self-sabotage. You say you want this, but your behavior is here. These are the things, right? I always say use social media. Don't let social media use you. Why did I say that? Because these things are designed to use you. But the consume is designed to create consumers, but producers will use it to produce greater results. So if you're a consumer, you will be a consumer on these platforms. If you're a producer, you need to learn how to use it to produce the results you want for your own pleasure. But if you don't have those skills, you're already a consumer. You're the one being consumed. Okay, let's stay on point. So activate, inspire, educate. People who refuse to educate themselves, they don't know how to do what they need to do in order to get the results they want. And from that point on, you cannot do 4. Number 4 is motivate. Motivation really is for those who know how to take action, but you need to encourage them to take the action. So people who seek motivation, listen, you can go for Tony Robbins from January to December. He will keep telling you, take action, rise up, take action, take action. Oh, you can, remove bias, take action. That motivation will only benefit people who already have gone through training and know how to take action and what action to take. People who haven't gone through training and have not educated themselves will get energy powered up. They will get riled up. They will feel motivated. But when they wake up in the morning, they will still not know what they will apply that energy towards. Because the knowing comes out of your mind. Knowledge, your mind has to be nourished and polished and invested in the knowledge of you have to teach your mind how to do everything you need to be able to do. It's like ChatGPT. Many people will keep training ChatGPT. ChatGPT, can you do this for me? Do this for me. But realize that even for ChatGPT to be useful to the general public today, people spend years pouring information inside ChatGPT, and the ChatGPT knows how to synthesize and then emerge useful knowledge to you. If nobody, and really, even ChatGPT, there are some questions you will ask ChatGPT, you will say, I don't know. I've not been trained for that. Since year this, I've not been connected to the internet. That was, when it just came out. When you say, oh, yeah, tell me this, you tell me the information I'm giving you is this year old. Because that's the last time they poured knowledge inside ChatGPT. Your mind is like that. Whatever you don't invest in it, whatever you don't teach it, whatever you don't pour into it, whatever you don't train it, you cannot retrieve as well. You cannot retrieve the synthesized knowledge that you didn't invest in your mind. It's like a bank. You didn't put money in the bank. You want to collect. You want your mind to perform higher than you've invested in it. Sorry, it will call you out. This is where it's not magic. This is what I tell people. This is not magic. It's not magic. For Christians, you didn't pour books. You didn't go to school. You didn't take classes, courses that will help you build confidence, learn marketing, branding, sales, right? Discipline yourself, time management, mind this, inner work. You didn't pour that. You didn't invest in the knowledge to train your mind. Now you want this same mind to produce higher results for you. How is that going to happen? You want ChatGPT to answer questions it wasn't trained to answer. Guys, it doesn't work that way. This is why when God shows you the picture of your future, He's also giving you clues to what you need to be studying. Study to show yourself approved. A workman that needs not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. People cannot divide what is a lie, what is true, because they don't know. You don't know who you are. You don't know your God. You don't know your what do you want for life? They say they don't know. Where are you going? They don't know. They woke up in the morning. What do you want to do today? They don't know. Why? Because knowledge is missing. Ignorance cannot work. People perish for lack of. You remain at the level of your knowledge, because the mind is a powerful tool. But if you don't invest in it, if you don't train it, you don't read the book, you are now commanding it to deliver results at a level you didn't invest in. It doesn't work that way. In the physical realm, God will even say, listen, faith comes by hearing the word of God. He will say, this book of the law must not depart out of thy mouth. Day and night, meditate on it. Read it. Pour it into your mind. But guess what people are pouring? They are pouring things that does not relate to the future God has for them. Toyin, calm down. I'm telling myself to calm down. Let me just drink cold water and leave people alone. Let me leave people alone. Because trust me, I don't I'm gentle today. I'm gentle today. So motivation only works when you know what to do, how to do it. Then motivation, when I say go do it, you go and do it. So when I'm talking to my students that have taken classes, courses, they've learned, they know how to do AB, right? They know how to do this. All we can now do is, when are you doing it? Let's do it. Motivation works when you've trained yourself with education. So education precedes motivation. Now, sometimes, remember inspiration, in spirit will get you to believe and to have faith. I'm saying quickly, as you are believing, quickly start learning, because people can get discouraged, demotivated quickly. When you try something with the wrong skills, with the wrong knowledge, and you're not seeing the right results, you try. It's like trying to cut a tree. You've not sharpened your saw. Education is what sharpens you and makes you effective in life. To the level of your education, to the level of your manifestation. Now, supernatural grace comes. Can you see a man, right? Bible says, can you see a man that is skilled? He will stand before kings, not mere men, because there is now favor that now open door. But those favor are activated after you've educated, trained yourself. Do you know that? Jesus, right, found favor with God and man, but he grew in strength and stature. Knowledge is that Jesus, from a very young age, spent time in the synagogue, the church of that era. Like, he spent time with the elders, talking to them, sharpening himself, and talking back and forth, sharpening himself in the place of knowledge. Jesus invested in knowledge because he was born, but he had to seek the scriptures to even know who he was. So that's why sometimes you see Jesus stand up and he will read the scripture and say, today this scripture has been fulfilled before your eyes. How did he know? He studied. How did you know who he was? He studied. How did you know how to quote the scripture during the the temptation? He studied. He studied to show himself approved, a workman that needs not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You cannot rightly divide a word you don't even know left. You don't know your left from your right. You don't know what is right and wrong. You are building identity with lies. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. But you don't know you're supposed to be learning what is true and deleting what is a lie. Many Christians cannot fight lies because they don't know the truth. You use truth to fight off lies. But if you don't know the truth, the lies persist until you wash it away with the truth of God's word. So if you don't invest in the truth, darkness, you see, when light is illuminated, darkness cannot comprehend it. But if you don't invest in learning the truth of who you are, what God is saying to you, you don't spend time with God. When the light starts showing up, you don't know the difference. Soon enough, identity is built on lies. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that. Why? You did not learn the truth of what you can actually do. How God actually wired you. All things are possible to them that believe, but you cannot believe because you are already believing a lie. Okay, I will cool down. See, I'll cool myself down today. I'm not going overboard. Okay. Oh my gosh. So let's keep going. Activate, inspire, educate, motivate. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one is challenge. You see, challenge comes with pressure. That's the difference between motivation and challenge. You see, most people that motivate, there's still some form of leniency. Oh, I know you can. Just make sure you can. Do it when you can. Motivation is kind of like, do it at your own pace. The difference is that challenge, okay, is do it now. And this is where people who procrastinate, when they face pressure to produce, to perform in the moment, in the now, because that pressure is great and they're not ready to discipline themselves and prioritize doing the work today, guess what they will do? They'll push it to tomorrow. Challenge is what gets people procrastinating. People who cannot, hold on to the pressure of productivity, current productivity. Do it today. Create your future now. Train yourself now, because all of life will be lived now. That tomorrow you are saying you will do tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, tomorrow will still pressure you to perform and produce. So each day brings a pressure to create and perform today. That is a challenge. Motivation, I can just motivate you and say, do it anytime you're ready. So you can do it now. You can do it in December. Because in your mind, you'll be saying, I will do it. I will do it. People who are motivated will be telling their mind, they will have an inner narrative of, I will do it. I will do it. When will you do it? This is when challenge is. Give me a time. Give me a place when you will produce this result. And those who don't want to be challenged and pressure to perform, they can't bear fruit. You see, that day that woman wants to push that baby out, it's no longer motivation, though. It's a challenge. Push now. Push now. No, I can't push. You push now. You'll be pressured to birth your baby today, not tomorrow. Motivation will be, baby is coming. I know, baby is coming. Baby is coming. The day the baby will show up, it is called a challenge. You are in the challenge of your life to birth your dreams today, now. Now. You cannot procrastinate anymore. When you can no longer procrastinate, this is when pressure shows up as a challenge. But people who don't have discipline, they don't have anybody to hold them accountable, they'll be kicking the day of pressure. They don't know. It's still going to come as pressure. A challenge to bear fruit, to be fruitful, to prosper, to replenish the earth will make you sweat. If you keep going to the gym and you don't want to be pressured to perform on the gym, when are you going to grow your muscles? Never. People who procrastinate never grow the muscle to perform at the realm of success. You see them The way they were in January, you see them today. The way they were 5 years ago is still today. They don't grow because growth is pressure to produce. Growth comes with a natural pressure to yield yourself to productivity. When that day comes that you need to perform, you need to do work, and you don't want the pressure of today, you don't, because life would, anytime you need to yield food, it comes with pressure. And the pressure you will feel is today. Is a day called today. Today is a pressure. Right? Jesus said, leave tomorrow alone. Face today. Today is perform today. Today is the ultimate challenge of life. Today, what you do today. Right? The account of today. Balancing the account of today. What you are going to use your energy to produce today. People who don't want to produce today, the challenge of today, the time ticking, the 12 hours, right? The head is moving. When you say, time is going, that is the pressure of today. You wake up, what's the time? This time. It comes, the day comes with pressure because day comes and night will soon show up. Day comes, night will show. It's not always a day or today, right? It's like the time to work, the time to produce, the time to discipline yourself, the time to build yourself, the time to create your future is now. Is now. And if you don't do it now, you are wasting now doing what? When people start switching now away from their future, they don't build the future. They don't see the future. So, you don't like a challenge? When are you going to produce? Because the position, the posturing, whenever you want something now, you need to posture yourself and you say, give it to me. Head on. You take it head on. You discipline yourself. You bring your mind, your heart, and your body into the moment, and you insist that you prioritize this moment for this moment to bet you, okay, what you need as the foundation of the next future. It's a discipline. And so people who avoid challenging themselves every day to produce results will not create results. Because it's not magic. You are the force in this 3D dimension. At the fourth dimension, your energy will create 3D. And when you don't want to operate in the 3D realm, your energy, your spirit will tell you everything is here in the spirit. But when you want to bring it and manifest it in 3D form, you want to hold money in your hand. You want to see your business. You want to see the signage. You want to see clients and customers in 3D with your physical eyes, not spiritual insights. You will learn how to challenge yourself and your team to bet, to manifest today. It's always today. Because life is coming in today and then it moves to tomorrow, right? It's like, just think of you standing in an assembly line. Think of life, you're in an assembly line. What is in front of you now is what you have to work with. When you finish that, it moves away from you. Yesterday becomes, right? Today becomes yesterday, okay? And when you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, a new assignment will show up. A new assignment always shows up for those who have finished yesterday's assignment. And if you didn't finish yesterday's assignment will show up for you again until you finish it. So many times, God doesn't release new things into people who are holding up success because they are not taking action. There's a backlog of your to-do list for the last 5 years. You've not done anything. You didn't educate. You didn't take the classes. You keep saying tomorrow. But you don't know that tomorrow, you are just piling up. There's a pile up of things you still have not done that nobody will do for you, that God is waiting for you to do. And it's just piling up. So get to work. There's a pile of abandoned projects that you've not done. You've not this. Do you know do you know the long list of to do for you to convert an idea into a business? Do you know how many steps? Do you know the thousands of steps you will take? You will have to take to convert a business idea into a successful business. Do you know thousands of actions you have to take for your business to manifest. And you are still on step 20, step what? And you're like, get to. And one of the reasons I designed the roadmap, the entrepreneur's roadmap to success, is to create a visual representation in my school so that people don't give up, right? And people know how to follow the curriculum, right? Because it's organized. Okay, this is why I train in an organized way, because I know if you cannot see the roadmap, you're like, Toyin, how many more things do I need to learn? Like when I was teaching some students United Nations projects I did, one of them said, Toyin, please, can you recommend one book, only one book that I can read and learn everything? I say, Shay, how many books do doctors read? Is it one book? I say, I wish it's one book. I've written my book to give the mindset of entrepreneurs. Now I've created my school, 300 resources, there's accelerator, 40 courses for entrepreneurs. This is the best. It's a school. You went to school to be an employee, right? It's time to go to school to be an employer. That's what Quantum Leap Academy is for. They trained you how to be my teacher, my this, my that. Okay, now I'm retraining you how to be a producer, a wealth builder, and a nation builder. And then listen, so it's a rewiring. But that student was like, he asked that, they were interpreters, because it's a training that I delivered, multilingual, different kinds of people, right? So there was also interpreters, so some people will speak in French, the interpreter will translate it to English, and then when I answer as the instructor, the interpreter too will interpret to their language, and then they will have to listen. Everybody will select which language they want to tune into, so you have to slow it down. When that person asked that question, I was like, how I wish you to give me the book. If there's one book, give it to me. I'm like, doctors, the reason you have a doctor, the moment you want to perform at higher levels, Warren Buffett will read like anything. Bill Gates will read like anything. Like you don't get to, enlightenment unlocks you for more success. Yeah. And there's a part of it, it tells you, it educates you on where your power should go. You see, it teaches you where your energy, how to use your energy. Okay, let me see. There are comments here. Lucy said tomorrow is not a promise. Tomorrow is a promise for those who have done the work today. Trust me, hope. Listen, the whole point of hope, of faith, is tomorrow will be greater than today. So tomorrow is a promise. Tomorrow is I always tell people, concept of time. There's a program in my school, 30 Keys to Unlock Success. It was a 30-day transformational program. 30 keys, one key per day on success, on how to unlock success. One of the keys to unlocking success is time. Okay, how to compound time, how to maximize time, how to use time to amplify the results you can get. It's a secret. That's the wealth builders. You can make more money, you can make more time. Time is not a renewable resource, because time is created. The concept of time is created how the earth is rotating around its own axis, and how the earth moves around the sun, how the stars are aligned, right behind seasons, times and seasons. You don't, as a human, you don't have control. It's designed by God. But what wealth builders do is you can learn how to manage time. That's what gave birth to time management, is that you can produce greater results if you know how to manage your time. I leave that there. So tomorrow is a promise. Let's get it. I see, that's one of the things. Be careful, all these line items people just read, that you almost have to think again. What is this thing meaning? So that you don't speak death over your own life. You say tomorrow is the ultimate promise for those who have done what they can do today. What you invest for a farmer, tomorrow is a promise. The farmer that sows today, the reason they are sowing is so that it's a promise of tomorrow, of productivity. For producers, tomorrow is always a promise of multiplication, multiplied blessing. Let's not be, anybody that follows me, never, ever, ever, ever pick all these things off the streets of life. These blanket things, they're just cursing themselves, throwing crazy stuff inside their mind, confusing themselves. Please, nobody should bring that near me. And you should be rejected. Anything whose roots you cannot find to be wholesome and truthful, Please don't even touch it with yourself. Tomorrow is a promise for producers. Why else are you laboring today? Tomorrow is a promise. Tomorrow is promise. Bible says seed time, harvest time. I won't hold it back until heaven and earth changes, right? There's a time and a season, a time to sow, a time to reap. Reaping can be tomorrow. So tomorrow is promised to those who sow. Those who don't sow, then productivity is promised to producers. So the prayer that producers will be praying is different from consumers. Sheila says, you bring new meaning to 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show yourself approved. Knowledge activates action. Okay, Tadiswa says, yes, I caught a live. Oh, you're happy. Listen, you it's because you guys, oh my gosh. Thank you. Yes, you caught the live. You caught it 2 hours in. You will need to watch the replay. You people are so funny. welcome. Listen, let me start almost wrapping up, unless you guys have more questions. Okay. So activate, inspire, educate, motivate, challenge. The last one, 6 dimensions of self-leadership: transform and encourage yourself. If you become, when you become, let me not put if, I'm saying when, because you cannot listen to this now and then go back to what you used to do. So when you become somebody that is fully activated, you've aligned your heart, mind, and body behind whatever it is God has said you should pursue. You are in spirit, you are inspired, you educate yourself, you invest in education, you motivate yourself to take action, you challenge yourself to practice action taking daily. By default, you've transformed yourself, because most people in the world cannot do this stuff. Because everybody is waiting for instruction. You see, that step 1 is the most difficult. When I teach, I try to align people. I try to step it so that people are not chaotic here, there, here, right? My programs, my school is sequential because it's strategic. Okay? But many people want, inspiration, challenge, this, but they are avoiding education. They are avoiding activation. They are avoiding stop. So they are here. Trust me. If you go in a straight line, you will get there. The first challenge is aligning your heart, mind, and body. That internal alignment is what gives birth to the peace. The peace that surpasses all understanding is not external. It is internal. When you quiet, when you stop fighting yourself, when you stop fighting your future, when your mind is not going here, I cannot do this, that work in of itself requires serious coaching and meditation. Like, you have to bring yourself back home. And you have to learn that skill to do it daily on that journey. That's why I developed the skill, right? The classes, the courses, the Human Design Success Accelerator, because I know it's not a one-time thing. It's a daily thing. Self-therapy, shooting, because one crazy thought can throw you off for a day. Do you know that? Okay, I'm not going to go into that. But just trust me that you need it. You're going to need that internal resiliency, that emotional focus. Not IQ. People, the school system teaches you IQ. So you're smart. Your mind is enlightened. Trust me. The more smarter you are, the most smartest people, I'm putting in quotes, academically smartest people, they are the ones that struggle the most in the world of business. Have you noticed it? Because EQ, your heart, your energy, your vibration is actually the key to success. I won't go too much. Go to my school, you see some of the resources there. So the last one of transform and encourage is like, when you become somebody that goes through that entire cycle, you've already transformed yourself, you've already changed yourself, and now you need to encourage yourself to take another lap. Right? Another lap. Because like I shared, to take your business idea to create a successful business, how many steps or action do you have to take? It's a long list. So when you do step 1, check. Step 2, check. You have to go back, activate yourself, inspire, educate, learn. You have to learn branding, then learn sales, then learn marketing, then learn pricing, then learn this, then learn this. then learn this, right? That entire process is not one time. So encouraging yourself to do it again is where you build momentum. And momentum is a force that gives you breakthrough. People don't achieve breakthrough when they don't become a force. And the way you become a force is when you take action under pressure daily, daily. This is how you skyrocket. This is how you amplify. This is how you take yourself to higher levels of success. Those who spend every single day of this year improving 1%, doing something taking one step in the direction of their future, will arrive. They will go further than those who keep doing everything but take action. So the same time 247 is given to people, most people waste it. Very few people use it to produce results. Because producing results is when you invest your energy and your focus to create impact in the world. And most people are consumers of time, consumers of energy, consumers of this. You consume everything. But part of the promise of Genesis 1:28 is to produce. And if you're going to be a producer, you have to rewire yourself that every single day, commit to produce. Commit to take action. Because if you cannot, you can't move forward. You don't want to move forward. You don't want to move in the direction of the promised land. The moment people can go all the way, and then suddenly the giants. And then if you don't have that internal self-therapy to inspire yourself and see your reality through the realm of the spirit, what God is telling you, you don't quickly do that, people can use their eyesight to tell another story and then give up when they're on the corridor of success. It's a warning for somebody. This is not the time to give up. You may need inspiration, you may need education, you may need activation, right? You may need a challenge, you may need motivation, but trust me, find those things and invest in them so that you don't give up because you're tired, lacking energy, lacking focus, like any of these things. This is a journey where I say get into a community, get the support you need. When people are out there trying to climb Kilimanjaro by themselves, how many people make it up to the heights of success? Again, the smartest people in the world are the ones that come up, their mind just comes up with a story of the past that doesn't work in the future. So there's something, I'm done with what's on my list to share, but there's something else from this slide. For those who have been following, you will notice that I combined two things. On the screen, you have vibrations, emotions, feelings. There was another session I held where I talked about I want, I can, I have. What I have done for this particular session slide is to combine the two and help you connect those two things I've been trying to teach on when it comes to manifestation and your quantum leap. Start seeing that at the realm of your energy desires, at your heart level, your energy is surrounded by your desires. And think of it as your vibration, and it's interpreted in your mind as I want, your desires, I want, I want, I want. When you start vibrating at I don't want, it means you've encoded your energy with a vibration that would demonstrate negativity in your body. I'm not going to say too much. I just want to quickly help you understand the slight change I made or the update. Now, when your mind interprets your vibration, you want coming out of your mind, you want to build enough faith such that your mind can say, I can. Because as long as your mind hasn't been trained and you say, I cannot, that's the fight. That's the negative, right? Because people pay for their journey with stress when they refuse to learn. That's why I say learn fast. Because the stress you subject your mind to, when you don't train your mind, you pressure your mind, you condition your mind in such a negative state of being when you are refusing to learn. Imagine if somebody says, you said you're a surgeon, here is a body, perform. Anytime you say your mind should perform what you have not trained it to perform, you are stressing your mind. It will sweat. It's like the equation is the equation of life. Remember all those mathematics. Imagine if the teacher didn't teach you how to solve the equation. But it is forcing you, giving you an equation they've not trained you to solve, and it's telling you X plus Y, give me Z. The mind will be searching for the answer within itself, within your memory, within your being. It will be searching all over you. It's like, because you are carrying information. That's the recipe and ingredients for producing your life. When your mind search all the cabinets inside your system and it doesn't find the answer, it will tell you, I can't. It will create a stressful hormone. This is the pain that the body goes through. I can't. It is a warning sign for you to go and learn and train your mind. The mind will tell you, I can't, until you teach it how to do it. If you tell your mind, cook spaghetti, if you've cooked spaghetti before, easy, breezy, beautiful, you can even close your eyes and be doing. You want to drive, anything that the mind has learned how to do, it will perform. So the mind performs at the realm of your own training. So people who are unwise, I'm calling us to be wiser. When you stress your mind, I'm telling, this is the whole point of why I dedicate myself to teaching and training and coaching, because God is calling. He has called people to become greater, to become more, to quantum leap. But please realize that God is going to tell you who your teachers are. He will not let you say, go and birth your baby without a midwife, without support, because it's a delicate process. You don't know the stress that people's mind goes through and their body when they don't grow wisdom to ask for direction, to gain coaching and mentorship. People, oh Lord, go and sit with people who have not trained. This stuff is real stuff. It's a cautionary tale. Don't blame God when it tells you, go and take this class. Go to Toyin's Academy, because my academy is a strategy for those who want to train their mind for higher levels of success. This is what wise people ought to be doing, training. And when people say, no, I'll train myself, I'll go on YouTube. No, I'm not paying, it's too expensive. When you trick yourself into a condition, you corner yourself, and you are forcing your mind, produce, sell, produce. You are pushing your mind. Your mind will push your body. And the way to push your body, you won't feel good. It's not a good process. And soon enough, your heart will be vibrating at stress levels, anxiety levels, confused levels. And now your entire being that is supposed to produce higher levels cannot produce anymore. It's not even worse. People are worse off. Because nobody is going to force you to be a doctor. They will tell you, go and learn how to be a doctor. This is my own, this is one of the things I'm contributing to the world. This idea that entrepreneurship is not rocket science. We train the most complex people how to do. We train pilots, we train surgeons, we train people, we dedicate academics, right? We create books to train people for 4, 5, 6, 7 years so that they can perform at superior level. The mind is designed to be trained for performance. And what I've been saying, and I'll keep pushing, this is my own agenda, this is my own contribution to this world. This idea that entrepreneurship is a training, is a profession that we must train people for. And when we don't train people, we borderline push them off the cliff without support. And how many people have smacked their face? How many people have given up? How many people cannot cross over because of how much stress and pain they go through? That's why I created my school. I created a space where those who have business ideas and want to learn and want to be my students can come in and learn at toyinumesiri.academy. This is my contribution with my books and my program. I have dedicated myself. This is my own mission now. Because wealth creation is tied to nation building, is tied to community building, because the wealth that everybody's searching for is inside you. That wealth is inside you. You have to nurture it, right? Nobody's, all those things people say, oh, let's help them. Help is not helping. You know why help is not helping? Helping is still dependency, which I told you at the beginning. People have been trained to continue to depend on producers. They will tell you, oh, the producers will tell you they will help you. You better help yourself and become a producer too, because that's how you build legacy and economic and independency. Anyway, that's my own why. This is something I'm pushing, right, as a space for those who want to learn entrepreneurship from a philosophical standpoint, from a mindset strategy standpoint, from the systems, and I bring big business strategy. There's nobody else in the world that does this. Nobody else. No other. I've got nothing on this one. I served as a strategist at Fortune 1, the world's largest company, building strategy for the biggest company in the world. And when I teach big business strategies, I go into mindset, I go into spiritual, because trust me, entrepreneurship is the highest form of human creativity and productivity. The process pushes you to, it wires you because you are the one giving birth to your ideas. That's why it's not for everybody. If you don't want to bet, then go and depend on those who are bet and support those who have entrepreneurship mindset. Be a support. Okay, be a support and you'll be rewarded because you are supporting. Okay, let's see this comment that came in. Thanks for that. I've been saying I don't want to be at a particular position at work for the past few years and I'm still here. I'll start saying what I want instead. Yes, the concept of I want, there's a lot of spiritual psychology to this screen, this side, not this side. Okay, right? So what I prepared here is Bible based. There's a lot of depth to it. The courses I teach, they're very, very deep. And oftentimes I can't just, if you want personal coaching, right? Reach out, join my school. And the biggest thing here is that as a being, how God created you, God didn't design you to be whispering what you can't, what you don't have, what you don't want. It degrades you. It robs you of power. Because the power within you is a force for progress. And it uses the words of your mouth. Remember, I talked about this realm. The physical realm is run by words, thoughts, action. I know somebody quoted me earlier. Okay, yes. You quoted me earlier. I brought back the comments. When I said the physical world is governed by thoughts, words, and action. The reason is because the thoughts, words, and action, okay, is what gives instruction to what your energy should produce for you and other people. That's why I said there's a lot of depth. I'm not going into that today, but I'm trying to tell you, your words create, your thoughts create, your actions create. The first thing your thoughts will create are your emotions. Your central nervous system will create in your body. You're your first production facility, your body. Your thoughts will create chemicals through your nervous system to power your body to produce certain results, to do certain things for you. They are the instructions that is sent to your body on how your body should perform and how it should behave. The body is just a receiver of signals from your mind, right? Deep stuff. And so when you're thinking, realize that you're giving your mind permission to inscribe on your brain what it should train your body to do. Thinking is planning, and thinking writes and inscribes. It creates synapse. It creates reality in your brain, your physical being. This is how you train your body. That's why you train your mind with the knowledge of how to. Your mind has the capacity as you are sleeping. It will write. Listen, when I say this thing, there's science. It will inscribe on your physical being. The mind is the gateway of the metaphysical into the physical. When it is passing your mind, you are giving it permission to manifest in the physical realm. Thoughts that fly through your mind, if you don't arrest it, if you don't capture it, that's why the Bible will talk about cast down imagination, right? Strongholds. There are certain deep things. Listen, maybe it's only for the church. I won't go through it. Like, I'm if you can tell, today I'm just trying to be, a word is enough for the wise, pretty much. Yeah. Those who love themselves, love their life, love what God is telling them. You will demonstrate it. Hopefully you just wake up and do things differently. I'm not I'm just at a place where I'm like, people are people. People are people. You understand? People are people. So do what you think is right for you at the end of the day. People always do what is they think is right. Because some people will say, oh, towing school. Listen, towing school is a strategy for those who are wise. Because I've realized many people want to save money, but burn, but waste their time, energy, and resources. And they will still not get what they are looking for. That's not wisdom. It's like what people will prefer to go on a wild goose chase. They say, oh, there's two birds in the bush. You two will do this. You two do. When something as miraculous as a central location to learn everything you need to learn that will help you take your business idea into becoming a successful business, from mindset work to emotional development, emotional capacity, self-therapy. That's just the human element, human design. When you do that, then you go into technical business skills. Then you have accelerator programs, millionaire accelerator, you have international from A to Z. When there's a one spot you can access all of that intelligence, some people will say they would rather still be chasing, go on a wild goose chase. And the reason I'm saying this is, let's be wiser. I've seen people go round and round and still come back and say, oh, Toyin, your school is, listen, this school is here to stay because it's a strategy that God has designed for those who want to help quantum leap. Because ultimately, when God wants to say, okay, he's leading a multitude of people out of, old realities, Egypt, I'm using Bible story now. God is organized. He doesn't get people scattering. He will first deal with the leaders, Moses. He will train Moses. He will take Moses. Okay, Moses, you are not going to lead my people. They must follow. They must, right? So God is very quite organized. So many times, if you haven't found your teacher, if you are not finding your mentors, if you're not finding your coach, if you're not finding your educational program, and you're still like, oh, this, just go back. Pray a little more. Because your answer, I say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So part of being ready is align yourself and also decide what journey are you going to go on, and who's going to help you, or whose help are you going to solicit on that journey. Okay, this is, I need this message. Okay, I think we've covered it. Let me close the audio out. That's it. It's a wrap. Join us at the academy, toyinumesiri.academy. Listen, for those who have been given a business idea that holds the secret to success, and you want to learn from me, you want to become my student, you want to join the community, head over to toyinumesiri.academy, and you also find some goodies there and all of those things. So thank you to those who have joined. If you're at Team Replay, drop your comments, give your feedback. I've been receiving some emails of people saying, wow, I just found you. So if you're new to the YouTube space, thank you so much. I also have those on LinkedIn following. Thank you so much. If you're new to do well, right, thank you. You're welcome, right? Keep it coming. Keep the feedback coming. Some people are surprised that this even exists. Trust me, it's a miracle that this what I'm sharing with you here. This is what the most successful people in the world, not even at this level, but this is the level they invest thousands and thousands of, because you go and get to the top with zero investment. You get to the top, the more you want out of life is going to come out of what you are putting. Like that's why I say activate yourself. Don't hold back from your future. Don't hold back, right? Dedicate yourself. Do that inner work. It's daily, right? It's kind of like a religion, right? It's that's why at the beginning I said, listen, if you're a Christian and all you do is Sunday external demonstration of your faith, if that is all you do, you are missing the richness of your private practice. You need to dedicate yourself daily to, if you're going to survive, if you're going to go on this full journey of not just consumer, becoming a producer, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it. Because Jesus will tell you, abide. Outside of me, you can do nothing. Many of you are trying to do something outside of Jesus. It's why you feel dry. It's why you feel hopeless. It's why you feel stuck. Go and rebuild your private place. You carry Holy Spirit. Give him time to inspire you to upload divine knowledge, divine power into your entire system. It will power you. It will clean out a lot of the junk that people are holding on to. The word of God, you say, it's a washing of the word. Some of you need to be guys. See, that's why today, you see how I'm trying to be chill. Because if preacher Toyin, minister Toyin come out now, and I come and I come, people say Toyin, whoa. So you see, today I'm trying to say enough that gives you clue into where you need to go. I'm just trying to give enough. And then for those who want to learn, right, who really want me to pour, then invest in the school today. Join us. Everything you need is already there. You don't need to be searching here and there and there and there and there. Trust me, the entire school has gone years producing the A to Z of entrepreneurship, business development, classes, courses, workbooks on everything, branding, market, like workbooks of how to design each stage, each life cycle of your business. Zero to quantum leap. Okay? So don't go searching. Just head over to toyinumesiri.academy and join and enroll in the Quantum Leap Academy. God bless you.